This is Boston G.B.R. on YouTube and on Facebook. You know my number. I'm still in Valdosta, Georgia. I just interviewed a young lady, then another lady from Houston, Texas. I have another person that wants to come up and share something with you. And once again, if the Valdosta Daily Times don't tell our story, and if the TV stations don't tell our story, and if the radio stations don't tell our story, you can depend on Boston G.B.R. Come on, my beautiful sister. We intend to let everybody know what the truth is. They don't want us to have the truth because they know that truth will set you free. What's your name, my beautiful sister?
My name is Danielle Thomas, and I reside in Salisbury, Maryland.
So, oh my God, you must know. Okay.
Yeah. Well, my family is from down here. My grandmother, the Bryants,
okay.
Minnie Lee Bryant and James Bryant, lived in that home right there.
Okay, James Bryant. Yeah, I knew them. Yeah, okay. Share with us anything that's on your mind. We just know about George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin Kings, but share with us and what you got on your mind today.
I think that people think because it's 2013 that everything is fine and dandy and that the color lines have blurred because you see a conglomeration of different races and everybody it's a melting, what we call a melting pot. But I think the verdict yesterday just reinforces and reiterates what it really is, that things have changed, but they haven't changed, and that people still see things in black and white, and that no matter how clear something is or how something is done, when people go to defend their race or feel like they need to be on the side, they forget the issue of right and wrong and justice. So I think that it just points out again to our young kids that it is what it is, and it's not basically really always about race, but it really is, and people those are attitudes that migrate from the past to the present and into the future, and it's really not going to go anywhere until people stop pretending like it doesn't exist and address it. So that's just what I wanted to say.
Okay, before you go, my beautiful sister, what I want you to do, where you from again?
I'm from Salisbury, Maryland.
You from Salisbury, Maryland. I want you to step down on the corner here. Just step down for a minute. And I'm going to ask you an intelligent question. I've asked this question for at least 4 years. What do you think about Bailey Monument Company being on the front here? Don't you think it would be better if it said free at last or Reverend Martin Luther King? To me, he's promoting his business. And to me, it just seemed inappropriate.
I feel like, yeah, I can agree with that because that's just like when I purchase a car, I will not allow the car dealership to put their name on my car.
Right.
Because they don't take off for me to advertise them. This is a way of the advertising. I mean, even if you did something, a little block on the side, but it doesn't have to be so, it detracts from the main purpose of the monument.
Right. So in other words, if somebody got up here to do a speech, rather than focusing on the monument.
I mean, it could have even been,
well, most of them put it up here. It could have been here, or on the back, but not.
Like, it could have been a little thing, but I think this is just too much. This just says, here we are. And to me, it says attention whore. Honestly, I'm just going to be honest about it.
What'd you say that?
Attention whore. I need attention. This is because you could have put a little plate. Small is nice. You could have put a nice little steel plate, and it still would have sat out. A nice little brass plate at that. It's like even when a person does a painting, they don't put their name across the top of the painting. They put a small signature, and you look for that at the end of the day because you always, if it's beautiful, you always want to know who did it anyway. So that being the case, a small little plate would have sufficed and would have had just as much impact as this big piece right here.
Beautiful. Thank you. Very well put. Now I'm going to ask you another question. Tell our mayor, John Freddy, we got 3 black councilmen. What will you say to them? I've told them about what you say to the mayor and council about this. Do you think this needs to be fixed? Talk to them and tell them what you think they need to do.
I think your community needs to come out and come together and voice that. Like I said, I mean, they done it. So if they want credit for doing it, they could put a little plate here. I think this is a little too much. And I think before, you can't just blame them. You have to blame the people that allowed them to place that up there. Because they're just as much, it's a checks and balance system. You don't just put a product out, it goes down the assembly line. So when they first came up with the final, it had to be a rough draft. So that being the case, they didn't just go and make this. So you can't put all the blame on Bailey Monument. You know what I mean? You got to blame the people that allowed them to set that in that concrete and gave the final okay on it too. But I say the community needs to come together and say, look, we can give y'all credit, but like it's another way to do it. And like I said, probably the best, nicest, classiest way to do it is maybe a little gold plate right here or something with their name. So.
Okay, thank you. And once again, you're from Maryland?
I'm from Salisbury, Maryland, but I'm a Georgia peach through blood. And my grandma was Minnie Bryant, and my grandfather James Bryant. They were one of the major business black contributors in this area. And that house, matter of fact, that house needed to be historically claimed and left there.
All right.
We got houses that we honor Caucasians and everything, but then we need to honor those African Americans that lived before us, who succeeded and who did what they supposed to do. And they give grant money and state money to people who have religious beliefs, like the Quakers and the Mormons and stuff, who had their own thing. So why not give a grant or give a reward to a family who wants to preserve a piece of history? It's not an eyesore if you keep up with it. It's a part of history. So.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Y'all have a nice day.
All right, thank you so much. Bye-bye.